Bepe Deso? I'm not sure what that means, so doesn't matter. We're on our
Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, we just got bombs in Link's house. Both runners opting to go with Link's house first.
Yeah, bombs probably the best thing you find in that chest because it's a load off your mind, right?
Absolutely, you don't have to think about spending any rupees you get early on or routing in South Hyrule to get the bomb chance drop.
Fortunately, Sydarial getting a little bit trolled by the guards. They do that sometimes.
Yeah, if you just catch their eye just right, they will come after you.
And there's just this one guy on the roof throwing bombs. Like, what's up with that?
Yeah, he's a real jerk.
Do they pay you to do that, or you just do that in your free time?
Yeah, I think he's volunteer Hyrule Guard, last I checked. And we got more bombs over in Sanctuary. Nothing coming out of Uncle's besides a key to Dark Palace and Big 20.
More bombs in Sanctuary, so no matter where you started, you're good to go.
Yeah, they really have enough to just clear Kakariko in the early game and get down to South Shore.
Ooh. That's a funny mushroom.
That is a goofy looking mushroom that once you eat it, you will be able to pick things up.
Wow. Where do I get those? I want to know.
we got big 300 there, so Power Glove and 300, very valuable woods.
Definitely, that thief hit the jackpot, but it's gone now. Just a heart piece. Go ahead.
Oh,
we were going to say the same thing.
Yeah, no Agaseed. And Blind's Hut, so far, just big 20 bomb upgrade, heart piece, and 100 more rupees.
That's really money. That's really useful.
Yeah, a lot of valuable items there early on. Not progressive items, but still things you want to get early.
Plenty of money to get scammed by Zora in the bottle vendor. Hopefully.
And in the well today, we've got some arrows. We've got more money. The hammer. And Moon Pearl. Alright.
Well, that's pretty good. That's your Dark World Starters kit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Are you brave enough to go in there with 4 hearts and green mail? Probably not.
We shall see. Both runners taking pretty much the identical route. jkoper ahead, though, because he didn't have issues going up to Uncle. jkoper checking out the Kuko hut. And just getting a compass in for Swamp there. This is Keysanity, so compasses and maps aren't useless. Maps will give us the information as to whether or not the dungeon holds a crystal or a pendant, and the compasses will just give you the chest count total on your heads-up display there. And I think jkoper is going for Dark World access under 5 minutes.
Huh, that's very interesting.
Yeah, with a lot of options still left in the early game to check, he's opting to reach into.
Yeah, I mean there are a lot of items up here, but it's also very risky because you're 2 hits away from getting KO'd.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very dangerous, but he's gonna hopefully see if it pays off.
Yeah. Because it's definitely more tempting to do the South Shore route, I would feel. So this could get him an early advantage if it pays off.
Yeah, it's true. Especially if sydarial opts not to and finds a sword or some more hearts up there or down there. Okay, we got our first big key to Tower of Hera right in Skullwoods.
That's a good big key. Get you all the way up to Moldorm if you want to do that. So.
Meanwhile, sydarial. Oh yeah, those will mess you up. So be very careful here.
Race game usually has something in Keysanity, so just grabbing it right away. It's not a bad idea. It's a key this time.
Okay. To Swamp. Wow. Very important small key to have.
That is a very important small key for sure. Probably the most important small key in the game sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. If he gets that mirror and flippers, he'll be able to check most of it.
Castle Tower small key here in the Sea House. That's another one that can be important sometimes.
Mm-hmm. That opens up to the darkroom chest rather in Aghanim's Tower.
Looks like he's opting to go right here into Thieves Town. I assume that's because he's worried about dying. And if you die in Thieves Town, it's not that big of a deal. And even if you don't, you can set up a Death Warp and get out of here with a little bit more health than you came in with.
It's sydarial finding the other key to Castle Tower right outside of the dam. That's very interesting. Both Castle Tower keys came up early.
Yeah, that is interesting. 'Cause at this point, Aghanim's not really something you would have to do at all. So it's
Yeah,
rare.
it could be just to throw them off if they so choose. But yeah, there should be no reason to go into Aghanim fight.
Yeah, I think the hammer was the last hope of that, and that's we found that really quickly. Ooh, nothing really in Thieves Town where we can access it.
Yeah, nothing yet in there. sydarial will be trying to be very careful with only hammer strats in Mini Moldorm Cave. That's very difficult. He's got one bomb though. I imagine he's trying to save that for Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Oh no!
That's gonna cost him some time taking the death there.
Yeah, that's really annoying to die there, especially when you've only got one mini old arm left. Okay, he's just putting it off for now. Heading up here to Eastern in Sarashla.
Yeah, very interesting. That's 5 items in the Mini Moldorm Cave. He's sort of leaving for the future, opting to see what the green pendant's going to hold and what Sasha's got in his back room.
Yeah, it's interesting that jkoper had actually opted to do the Dark World first, because usually you would want to try and see if you can get like the mirror or something else to like route in more locations along this path.
Yeah, it's really tough to sort of leave out things like Purple Chest and Smiths when you don't have mirror, and if you try to do those piecemeal, it can really take up a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean, there's no guarantee you'll be able to do that, but you would want to check things that you're normally going to check, no matter what, anyway. But I mean, this is a gamble, so
Yeah, we're still only 10 minutes into the race, so still a lot of items left.
I guess this is useful information, though. He'll be able to check the 5 and 6 crystal really, really early, which could be important information.
And over in Sydarial, we got info that the green pendant is Turtle Rock today.
Isn't it always?
Tower of Power and Misery Mire. Interesting.
Yeah, those are so Misery Mire is required at least, so medallions will be coming into play at some point, for sure. Yeah, let's see what Hype Cave holds.
We got Magic Powder giving us. Ooh, we got a big key to Dark Palace and a full heart container.
Alright, I give that a decent out of 10. That powder could be very important. They do have access to that right now, as far as logic is concerned, so who knows? Could be anything.
It could be nothing.
It could be nothing. Well, I guess one thing that this Dark World dive did give jkoper is a bottle as well, so he can go back to Kakariko at any point for those 2 item locations.
Yeah, that's true. He'll definitely go back at some point. He's gonna go check out Pyramid now. Oh, we got flippers over in Eastern Palace on Sydarial screen.
Yeah, that's really a useful item. And with the money totals they have right now, that might send them towards Zora as well.
Yeah, Zora's definitely in logic right now. With enough rupee, he'll be able to farm the extra rupees to make that purchase, which may be required, may not, but he does open up the hobo under the bridge and the waterfall cave up in the northeast of Hyrule.
Those early flippers, also, Swamp Palace is something to keep in mind as well, once we find that mirror.
Yep, that is true. It's always nice to have a first dungeon complete being Swamp Palace.
Yeah, there's usually no getting around full clearing it in Keysanity unless like you're really lucky with dungeon layouts. And there's a lot of item locations there, so it's really nice.
And Sydarial sequence break in Eastern leading to just a piece of heart.
Catfish coughing up another key to Palace of Darkness. That's the second one, I believe.
Very interesting. That does start to put the idea of dipping into pod early into the backs of their mind.
And so we have basically a role reversal here. jkoper's probably going to be checking all the stuff that Sydarial checked, while Sydarial checks all the Dark World locations that jkoper checked. Though I don't think Sydarial went back to Mini Moldorm Cave, did they?
No, he has not gone back there yet.
It'd be interesting to see if that comes into play.
Yeah, jkoper more than likely will complete it, so we get a chance to see what was in there. Sydarial, I'm sure, will go back at some point, but now he's got to figure out a way to route that in. Though with the flippers, it is a little bit easier. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would say so. You can go straight from your ice palace, not ice palace, the ice cave, and then just go straight to Hobo and then Zora area.
I usually try my best not to route Ice Palace before Mini Moldorm Cave, but you know it's Keysanity, so sometimes these things come up.
Yeah, 17 bombs is a lot better than 1, I would say, for this cave.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have to worry about a hammer. He should be able to take care of the Moldorms in here. Though that middle one is the worst when you enter and he starts coming right for you.
Yeah, that's a really painful one. Sometimes they just don't cooperate. It's really quite a chore.
Alright, so jkoper got through it. We got 50 rupees. We've got the hook shot. Oh boy. Another 20. Got 300 rupees. And bombs. Okay then.
Gracious.
That is very important. And also, now with hookshot, that does put us mirror away from Swamp Palace.
Absolutely does, and it also makes, even though it's not in the logic right this moment, Death Mountain just became very tempting.
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Especially when you have that Tower Para big key as well, knowing that's one of the 5-6 crystals.
Yeah. You weigh, in Keysanity, you weigh things like that, the sequence break into Death Mountain early if you can, but that Tower Para really adds another sort of weight of importance to it. If you can get that out of the way early, it is a 5-6 crystal, so. And just bombs in the Ice Rod Cave. Sydarial's going to clear out Mini Moldorm Cave, give it a second shot.
Should be much easier with these fresh bombs he bought. Okay, let's get it back, because that's an important item right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, I like how jkoper has 999 rupees exactly. What a funny coincidence.
It's clearly the most. You can't have any more than that. It's maxed out.
Yeah, that extra 0 there, that's just for show.
Yeah. It's 999.
Yeah. It's there for emphasis. That's it.
And jkoper didn't get the flippers from Eastern. He just flippered his way into Hobo. So these are kind of in. These would be in sequence for Sydarial. This is a break for jkoper. Just getting some rupees from the Hobo.
Yeah, the thing that Sydarial has in his favor now is if the ledge item at Zora is something very useful, he can go ahead and grab that right away.
Yeah, very true. jkoper wouldn't be able to get that. I think he thought about it.
Like, where are you going? But there is a small key on the ledge in the lake. Could be important as well.
Yeah. It's definitely another one-off item that they'll have to go figure out a way to work into. And Sydarial is also following into the water, so he'll get his money and hop into the Zora area.
Yep, makes a lot of sense. Just a heart container. Alright, what do you have today, Zora? Oh boy.
Speaking of mirror.
Oh, baby. Well. Well.
Now it's important that jkoper didn't get the Swamp Palace key, so that's going to be on his mind. He must imagine it's going to be close by, so he's going to finish off Kakariko.
Yeah, I think you're. Well, you say that, and then he walks the wrong way. He's gonna check the back of his cave. It looks like.
And jkoper doesn't have flippers yet, so he's going to have to do a dip into Eastern if he wants to make the tempting play to Swamp.
Yeah, sydarial, that death in mini Muldarn game might have actually worked in his favor to put him in the mind to go to Eastern.
That's very true, actually. Yeah, funny how that worked out for him. Okay, we got 1 rupee, big key to Eastern Palace. Okay.
Well, that might put
goodness.
jkoper in the same mindset.
Yeah, if that's not a big arrow pointing you over, I don't know what is.
Okay, now he's going to Kakariko. Or he's going to Death Mountain. One of the two. We'll see which one.
He's going. Looks like he is going for the sequence break into Death Mountain.
Yeah, I mean this is not a bad play anyway, but
Yeah, no, with the flippers, the hookshot rather, that becomes a interesting proposition, like we were talking about earlier.
sydarial taking the hints, I think, going to Swamp Palace right now.
Yep, he has everything he needs to clear it. He won't be able to pick up that big key chest item, or rather, big chest item. He doesn't have the big key for it, so that'll be 1 lingering chest in there. Hopefully it doesn't contain anything for his sake.
Hopefully not, yeah. I mean, the same could be said of the Eastern Palace big chest for sydarial.
Yeah, it's still very early. We didn't pick up too many maps early on, so still have a lot of mystery surrounding which exactly are crystals and which are pendants.
Ironically, I think we did get the map to Eastern Palace at some point.
Okay, I still don't believe anyone's checked it, but we'll see.
People are bad about that for some reason.
Yeah, I tend not to check for a little bit until I feel like I've collected a few of them. And Cave 45, or South of Grove Cave, gives us one of the first of 4 keys to Turtle Rock.
Wow, that old man was loaded. Here you go, sonny.
Oh, I've got some money for you. Here you go.
I mean, with that kind of cash, you'd think you could live in a better place than the mountain cave, but
Yeah, that he's got to be paying up the bum for taxes on that place.
I don't know how he gets any sleep at night with all those boulders rolling down 24/7.
That's true.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Okay, so we've got a big key on the top of Spectacle Rock, and we've got the mitts inside there, so wild, very wild turn of events there.
That is crazy.
That paid off big time.
Because I was just thinking, what would be in Swamp that would be progression? And I was thinking, well, probably the mitts, right? But no. There's another key to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, Palace big key. Okay, that's a good one to get out of the way, really.
Yeah, Ice Palace, I don't think you actually need any keys to complete it and clear it, but the big key, need that for the big chest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the more dungeons you can full clear and get every item out of, the better. And we got the good old wavy coin coming out of First Chester and Tower of Hera.
Alright, that's a good one.
Yeah, with Mizrameyer on the board for a crystal. Very interesting to see which ones we need.
I'm all about Quake too because Bombos has that little asterisk next to it that it could be for Ice Palace, and who wants to do that right now?
That's very true. I'm personally all about Quake Arena, but that's just me. Shovel. Okay, good. Fetch
How do you
quest.
feel about digging?
Ugh.
Bomb jump for bombs. There you go.
Fair trade. Sydarial diving into Skull Woods now. Wow. Spot that jkoper's already checked.
Alright, should be a nice and easy fight if Moldorm cooperates. 3 bonks and you're done. There we go.
Wow, very well done by jkoper. Getting our first dungeon boss kill in 25, almost 26 minutes there.
Gets
Unfortunately,
20... Just a big 20. Not even a percentage of the old man's tip.
I know. Moldorm's got nothing compared to that old guy.
I'm glad he remembered to get his mitts.
Oh, that would have been so bad if he skipped it.
Yeah, but that does give him access to a lot of items on Dark Death Mountain as well, so...
Yeah, that's the whole right side for him to explore and pick up. And also get info on the Turtle Rock medallion, should they need to make that dive.
Well, Turtle Rock does like to be very useful. It's the nicest way I'm going to put that.
Yeah, it's true. Keysanity, if there's one thing I learned from this tournament so far, both from participating and watching, is don't be afraid of that Turtle Rock dip and expect multiple dips into Turtle Rock. And yeah, in the chat, first crystal in 26 is pretty good in 26 minutes. Though it's Keysanity, so we still have a lot of keys, a lot of items to look for. So you can get typically runs where you get a nice big splurge early on, and then it just kind of peters out while you're searching for the remaining progression items. So it could be a good sign, it could not. We'll see.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Keysanity's pretty bipolar like that.
Yeah, I've definitely seen like 6 crystals in like an hour, and then another hour for just that last one.
Oh boy.
Okay, we got that Paradox Cave check going over on jkoper.
Just a big 20 in the bottom. We'll see if this is anything better upstairs.
Alright, we got a couple maps, Pod and Swamp, very important.
Alright.
Key to Pod. Okay, so a little bit more informational Paradox Cave. Should expect to see a map check coming up soon.
Yeah, you would think so. Because Swamp's definitely teasing right now. You want to know if you're going to have to do that or not when you can.
He's got that map so you can take a look. Super Bunny Cave giving us the compass to Gannett's Tower and a big key to Swamp Palace.
Okay.
Hey, alright.
Well, he'll have no excuse not to go in there now, once he gets his flippers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Compass to GT, pretty useless on the other hand, because the chance you're going to have to check any chests in GT, it's really small.
Yeah, jkoper's still missing that small key that Sydarial did pick up.
Yeah, I imagine he'll go back to Kakariko soonish to finish that. Oh, there's a fire rod.
Okay.
Ah, the only item more useless than the Ganon's Tower compass is the map to Hyrule Castle.
We got Ether over on Turtle Rock, so be on the lookout for that coming up.
I got a vanilla piece of heart on the ledge.
And Sydarial with that mirror, taking the time to route in the graveyard ledge here. Very difficult sometimes, but if you can get it out of the way this early, it's just nice to have a way to work it in.
Yeah, it's really hard to route this in efficiently, but by the same token, this could be a very beneficial move, because a lot of people don't want to route inefficiently for this sort of thing.
Oh boy.
He's going back to Kakariko now, isn't he?
Yep. Yeah, so jkoper's got that flute. He's going to be tooting his way all through Hyrule now.
Gosh.
That sequence break into Deathbound paying off in spades.
Oh, no way, no way. This is really smart routing as well. He's gonna check the dig spot while he's down here.
Yeah, very true.
And probably the race game, I would think.
Yeah, he would have to. That is very smart routing from him. Getting a Thieves Town key. Okay, key to Thieves Town. Very important to get that big chest downstairs. You can see some runners sometimes tempted to grab the flute and activate it right away, but jkoper going south to pick up that dig spot and race game, sort of work it all in a smooth, efficient way. Which smooth, efficient routing tends to be the strategy that trumps most victories in Keysanity.
Yeah, definitely. He does have to check the race game. Usually he would just grab that, but I guess he wants to be sure before he wastes his time.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Sydarial got Catfish routed in. He's going to get one of the big keys, or small keys rather.
Yeah, I would say jkoper is very slightly ahead because he has the dungeon clear on the plate, but until he gets those flippers, he's gonna hit a roadblock.
Certainly. I think the key word there is seems and very slightly, because leads dissipate so quickly in Keysanity, it's very hard to tell.
Yeah, definitely. Very rarely do you have a linear seed in Keysanity, and
Yeah.
how you choose to tackle the seed determines a lot.
We got a big key over on Library. That's very interesting. But yeah, as we've seen thus far, both runners taking very different routes, and both runners sort of paying off in their own ways in terms of item collection.
And that said, the flute is actually a pretty significant item for speedrunning, just because you get places faster.
Definitely, that's the name of the game. And that does open up. Yeah, he's got Mitz, so he's got Meyer access at this point, depending on what the medallion is. But he also has Desert Palace access too.
That's very true. Quite a few items over there. He doesn't have any keys to Desert Palace, but there's you can still sort of cheat and get the items there anyway. It just puts you at a risk later.
Yeah, the last race that I tracked, had one of the runners do that, and it actually paid off big time for him.
I've never actually seen it backfire. I kind of want to see it backfire at least once, but
Oh yeah, that would be the worst feeling. That's what keeps me from actually trying to ever attempt that.
yeah.
Got another small key to Turtle Rock down in Hyrule Castle basement where Sydarial is right now.
I'm a little surprised that sydarial has been putting off this Swamp Palace dive for so long.
Yeah, with just a hammer, maybe trying to hope for a sword of some sort.
Maybe. I mean, these are locations you might check anyway, but some of them were a little out of the way, like Catfish, for example.
Yeah. Yeah, he's made a few out of the way checks at this point, so nothing doesn't seem anything too majors come out of it, so
There's the Arrow Forger, the one arrow.
that's the strongest arrow in all of Hyrule. Batcave giving us the fourth key to Turtle Rock, so we are aware of the location of all four small keys to Turtle Rock.
Is that the fourth one? I thought sydarial got that earlier.
I believe so. Yeah, he did.
Well, jkoper didn't do his little peg trick, where he only hammers some of the pegs, then goes to Light World, and then comes back and hammers a few, and then it opens magically.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm not sure how it works, but I've seen it happen. Wow.
And only 5 rupees in there. If he did the trick, there would be like Ganon's Tower big key in there or something.
Yeah, definitely. That's the reason. Okay, I assume he's running it because he wants to check the graveyard, not the graveyard, this little cave right here in the bottom left.
Yeah, the Cave 45 or south of Grove Cave.
Yeah, this dirty, mucky, muddy cave full of hearts for some reason. Okay, well, sydarial opting to go into pod right now. That is interesting to me.
Yeah, with the two keys, no bow, he's got to go in through that front door. So it makes probably, I would imagine he would opt to go straight into the back where he can grab more chests.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see.
Yeah, part of me wonders if he feels like jkoper is the better runner, and he's doing these rather, gambly things just to try and get an edge on him.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that. That plays into it.
Meanwhile, jkoper opting to come to the mire area, and we have a bombos.
Okay, very interesting.
And sydarial finding a key to Misery Mire. Unfortunately, not very useful.
Another Dark Palace key in the shed to Mire. Yeah, so Sydarial opted to use his small key to get access to the back here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of items back here, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and if he can hammer jump, he's got he can get into the maze.
Yeah, that'll be 3 more items for him as well if he does that.
jkoper making the play in the desert, only 50 rupees on the torch, so no sweat there in terms of wondering where boots are.
Okay, it doesn't look like Sildariel's comfortable trying to hammer you up, so...
Yeah, he got his way out of there, just picking up the small kid against tower in the dark.
Well, Sidario probably not happy about seeing that big...
Yeah, that could start getting into your mind if you start wondering, oh, this is an easy early location. Did my opponent check it? Did he already go into Eastern? Does he have what I have? We got Silver's over in Agonist Cave, so that's gonna play. We'll see how long it takes for them to get Bow.
Silver's always really nice to find. You're never happy to find Silvers, no matter where it is.
Yeah, especially if you've already, especially before Meyer and Armos Knights, where you can actually get full use of it.
Yeah, the earlier the better.
And jkoper, I think he's going to make a play into. He's got mirror, so he's probably going to make that play in the pod and Eastern following.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense for him.
Yeah, good routing. Sydarial's doing it.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, just early on in the first 40 minutes, I'd say jkoper's done a very good job of routing in a lot of different varied locations. And Sydarial's gone. He's done a lot of single checks that are difficult to get in, and he's got them out of the way early on, so it's still pretty close in the early stages.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to find Lamp in here.
Yeah, me too.
And that'll be really good for Sydarial, since he'll be able to say, oh, well, I should probably go up Death Mountain now.
Yep. I'd say that seems to play, and then possibly Ice Palace, but
oh boy,
they would need Kane for that. We got a big key to Meyer in the first, in the bombable wall chest.
The only key to Meyer that really matters.
Yeah. You can complete Meyer without needing the small keys from outside of it.
Answering question in chat, where was the mitts? They are in Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, jkoper opted to sequence break into Death Mountain, so that's paid off for him getting the silvers. He's gotten the mitts from it. Got that flute.
It paid off in a lot of ways for him.
And that first crystal. So yeah, jkoper's walking in with 4 keys, giving him a slightly bigger edge in terms of what he can check.
And especially if he does a hammer jump, he'll be able to...
Yeah, although both runners opting to just pick up that first, that fall chest there and not go for the vanilla big key chest.
Well, I imagine you kind of want to give yourself some flexibility later.
Yeah. I've just been burned too many times by that chest up there to ever just let it go.
Ooh, there's our first sword. So that's really good, actually, because now Skull Woods is on the table for completion.
Yeah, very, very interested to see if Sydarial finds a sword upgrade somewhere else, or if that was the intended first one. Oh, there was also the small key to Desert Palace in the dark room there.
Just a little late.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, coming after jkoper, so he's gonna double dip Desert at some point.
Alright, here we go. The hammer yump.
Very, very important tricks to learn in Keysanity. It saves you from having to waste the key on the door to get into the maze. So sometimes that pays off. Also, very good trick to learn for routing this. So see him set it up.
Yeah, if you ever want to do the NMG vanilla run, it's pretty important.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so what he's doing is he's using the pause menu to buffer his movement so that he can position Link into the right spot. He had to drop the bomb in a very particular, I guess y axis it would be, and then position Link in a horizontal location or vertical. Yeah, having a little difficulty there.
Oh, not quite.
And not the room you want to come out of either.
No, he doesn't even have any health to try it again, unfortunately.
Yeah. He's just gonna use the key.
This is gonna be precarious with one heart and no
It's very
lamp.
dangerous. There's a lot of Dodongos in there just waiting to catch you unaware.
And there's spitting fire everywhere. At least you can see the fire.
Yeah, and he's got the sword, so he can follow the beam caused by holding it out. Oh yeah, taking a death. That's just such a hard room to do. Meanwhile, over on Sydarial, getting to the back part of Swamp, finding two big 20s.
It's okay. This is a back-heavy swamp. All the good items are back here. Just watch.
Boom.
Oh, there's the lamp.
Bow.
Told you I'd be here.
As predicted, yeah. That's some commentator blessing right there.
You're welcome when you watch this later, Sydarial.
So Sydarial entering the fight with Argus. Doesn't have a sword, but will be using the pause menu action for completing this, switching between hookshot and hammer. So this would be good for if you have a flip book. It's a great opportunity to use that. Do that slideshow. It's a PowerPoint presentation.
You use the word action very loosely, don't you?
Oh, you're like the most loose.
Oh, this is the worst menu for this too. Oh my god.
No, yeah. He has to go the long way for it. That's awful. If he had that flute, it would be like perfect.
Oh yeah, definitely. Or even the shovel would be nice right now.
Yeah.
No fire rod either. He's gonna have to hammer him when he falls. Oh boy.
Yeah, for those watching not aware, Link to the Past menu operates in a very strange way. It loops up and down, but not side to side. So you sort of have to learn how to menu navigate in order to sort of get the most success out of this game. jkoper found the Thieves Town big key over in the big chest of Eastern Palace. He's working his way through that right now. He got the flippers.
And Sydarial missed that, so that could be important.
Yeah, now he has Thieves Town big key and the small key, so he can do a total 100% clear of that dungeon. and landed that hammer shot. Just as good as tempered. Let's see what he gets out of here. Just a
Big
20.
20.
Argus, big 20 man, and a crystal.
Well, that gets him on the board in the crystals, and he found lamps, so I'd say he's in a pretty good spot right now.
Absolutely, he's well within logic. He's got lamp, so you got to imagine he's gonna make his play up to Tower of Hera and Death Mountain at this point.
Yeah, that's really, really hard to resist. We'll see how long jkoper puts off checking swamp.
Yeah, using the old man to get a quick fill up on hearts. Whipping out that flute, I imagine he's going to take it straight to 4. Yep. So I think he's going to follow right into swamp.
Could have dipped into Ice Palace as well, but I mean, between the two, I'm gonna go with swamp.
100% of the time.
Okay, well, sydarial's about to get the tip of his life. Alright, well, we're seeing a lot of stuff we've already seen, so this is a good time to mention. If you enjoy what you're seeing, be sure to give both these guys a follow.
Absolutely, and another big shout out to Epic Ranger for doing the tracking, and to Zelnus for restreaming this race.
Yep, without them, we would be able to bring you this great Link to the Past action. So I'm thinking about what jkoper is likely to do after he's done here. What he can do, that would be Skull Woods. He could go there and clear that out if he wanted to. He could go to Ice Palace, get really far in there. He could kill Cold Star if he wants. He could go to Thieves Town and do all that.
Yeah, I think that's probably where he's gonna go from there, I imagine.
Yeah, because if you go to Skull Woods and Thieves Town, you can loop both of them into each other pretty easily.
Yeah, that's a good back-to-back you can do really, really quickly.
Yep, and that small key to Tower of Hera was in Swamp, so sydarial getting check jkoper did not.
Very interesting way that the routing here for the runners paid off. sydarial getting that, so he gets to make a full clear of Tower of Hera in one go. jkoper will have to go back.
It feels like no matter which route you took, you're kind of missing out on something. So that's really interesting. Sydarial opting to the child with too much sugar strat, which is just run around. Some people like to sit on the spot and just be invincible the entire time. take a few sips of their drink.
Mm-hmm.
Sydarial's got some calories to burn.
Jkoper's got Master Sword. Very interesting.
Does he?
Yeah, I'm not sure where he picked up that second upgrade.
That's gonna be really weird if that was in Swamp and somehow Sydarial missed it. Oh, big chest swap. Okay, that makes sense.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's gonna be tough because Sydarial's gonna check Super Bunny Cave, get that big key, and then he may not ever route that back in.
Yeah, and if that's the only swords for progression, that can be really rough as well. Because that might be needed to get into Aga Tower, for example, or check a tablet.
Or just to get into the fight with Ganon to fight him.
Yeah. I assume we'll find another sword before
I
then.
hope so. Never count anything out. Always plan for the worst case.
Okay, gonna bonk Moldorm 3 times, then loot the rest of Death Mountain. He'll be very happy with what he finds. Yeah, I wonder how jkoper's gonna react in about a minute when he gets that lamp.
Yeah.
Considering his unfortunate accident in the dark maze.
Well, yeah, that could be a sign for him to go back to Pod if the maze or big key chest holds something important. jkoper with the frustration hookshot.
He might have just been trying to hit one of those water bugs, but
yeah, maybe.
But you know he rolled his eyes at least. He's like, oh,
yeah,
great. Well, he does have a Master Sword, so this will be a much more action-packed.
So I'll take the time to open up the Turtle Rock, or at least just use that warp rather. Not going to be able to actually open up Turtle Rock, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, if you're up there and it happens to be quick, you might as well open it up while you're there. So
yeah, he doesn't know, so it was definitely worth the try. Let's him go into Hookshot Cave. He's going to get that fire rod. Oh, going to Super Bunny first.
Meanwhile, jkoper finishes off Swamp. That ties them up on crystals. There it is. There's that big key to Swamp House. And who knows? Sydarial's made some gambles this race. He might go back for that just to be on the super safe side.
Yeah, it's true.
Alright, looks like he did opt to come back here, did the Village of Outcasts. I'm gonna dip into Thieves Town, probably mess up blind, because why not?
Yeah, he can do that one all the way. And if he's lucky, maybe he'll get the big key to Skullwoods out of this, and he can do a full clear over to up there.
Mm-hmm. And this is how you want to do it, right? Because going up to the Skullwoods and then coming back down is way more time consuming than just dipping in here right away.
Yeah, Skullwoods is just a bad time to get out of once you're all the way in the back, so probably better off safe quitting when you're over there.
Yeah. And this way, if you find, for example, book along the way, you can route that in with a pedestal check while you're there, so might as well maximize your chances to do that.
Yep, absolutely. That's what a good strategy for Keysanity.
Yeah, jkoper being very intelligent and getting those green grasshoppers out of the way. They do 2 hearts of damage with green mail, and you want all the health you can get when you're going up against blind without any invincibility item.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so Dario getting that other key to pod, that might actually send him right back in there. So that would for him. Be able to get his sword one way or another. Gonna activate his flute first, though. It's like the Christmas morning is when you get to run and activate your flute.
And fitting giving his sprite.
Oh.
The most important big key in the game, sitting in blind cell.
Yep, that Thieves Town big key, 100% required. So hopefully Sydarial will go back into Eastern as well when he gets over to pod. Another key to pod.
Yeah, that bow is starting to seem like it's going to be coming sooner rather than later with all those small keys coming.
Yeah, it seems likely.
Yeah, or that bow could very well be sitting in the maze.
Yeah, that's very true as well. I believe. Yeah.
Blind with one of my favorite puns.
What was it? I missed it, unfortunately.
The food they give guards last centuries.
I see. Yeah, they always find some new ones to add.
Oh yeah, every version of the jkoper with an easy kill on blind, just getting a Fisher Price shield out of it, and a crystal. So chalk that up to another crystal that we are aware of. Also, just gotta love these runners going in and checking and clearing dungeons without even knowing if it's a pendant or a crystal at this point.
Yeah, I mean, if you're there, you might as well key sanity, you know?
Yeah.
It's gonna take you longer to find out if it's required or not than it is just to clear it.
That's true, and you don't want to psych yourself out if it's a pendant. Yes, he did Thieves Town blind. 100%. Yes. Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's useful.
It's gonna, yep, it's gonna give him that information that he so sorely already has.
He'll pass that back to his past self, and know for sure that Thieves Town is required.
That's right. You play the, the Song of Time, and Link will tell young Link about it.
Yeah, that's a more appropriate reference. I was going to say something like the morphogenic field, like from 999 and such, but. Okay, I don't remember if we got a bumper cave check. I'm assuming we did, but.
Yeah, Oh, it's a
it's
big key.
So that could be. Let's see here. We know there's one big key in the library, and there's one there.
So those are gonna either be that's gonna be Turtle Rock or Skull Woods. We have everything else. Wow. Yeah, we have everything else. Or no, Desert Palace as well. It's gonna be one of those three. Very interesting.
Skullwood's big key, not very important. It's just one item location, so the odds of that being required are very low. But Desert Palace big key is obviously required to complete the dungeon, so that could be very important.
Yeah, those are two big keys that you absolutely need to complete them.
Still need some boots and/or a cape to get them. So
Yep.
who knows when that will be?
Yeah. I still haven't seen that cape yet.
Well, it's invisible, so of course not.
Yeah, of course.
Come on, Tim.
Duh. Silly me. Sydarial with his first dip into Desert Palace. Only have to make one dip to get into the side here, so get our first look at here. Compass to Desert Palace he is in.
Okay, so vanilla compass.
And Harpies. And jkoper taking us to the back of Skull Woods. Tempered Sword. So
Wow.
we've got one runner with Tempered Sword and one runner with no sword. That is quite the discrepancy.
That would be described as discrepancy. Absolutely.
Scenario must be wondering at this point, an hour plus in, if he's accidentally loaded up a hammerless seed, perhaps. This has been going at it for quite a while, and he's keeping up, so more props to Sydarial for hanging in there with just the hammer as his main primary weapon.
Yeah, he's actually not that far behind jkoper right now.
Yeah, not at all.
And who knows, he might not even need that sword. Maybe he's like a martial arts master.
He could be. I would imagine he's done a few jiu-jitsus in his time.
There's the silver arrow no jutsu. Needs a bow for that, unfortunately. You can't.
No, you can't just do the silver jitsu on its own. You have to know the bow kata.
Well, there's Malhila exploding into clothes.
That's some mothy clothes and
Oh, boy.
pendant.
So, like, Maz eat clothes, right? So I guess that was like his snack. He was eating dinner, and you just barge in, cut his head off, and...
and clothes come out that you immediately put on.
My god.
We're like, oh yes, this shall do quite nicely. Thank you.
Okay, well that was, not a crystal.
So that puts Turtle and Swamp in our pendant category, leaving us with 4 dungeons we still don't know the identities of. Oh, okay. So we got Eastern as one of the crystals. Okay. Thank you, jkoper, for listening in.
Yeah, we could have known that like 30 minutes ago. But now we know
in the
for
dark.
Sure.
Oh wait, actually, I think we have all the locations lined up.
Oh, do we?
Big shout outs to Epic Ranger for paying more attention to crystals and pendants than I was.
Are we sure? Because I count eight crystals on the tracker. Am I crazy? I might be crazy. No, there's 7. Is there?
Nice.
I don't know.
And Pod is a pendant, so he's got so that's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think that's
That
correct.
all-
That looks right. That checks out to me.
What about my calculator here?
And jkoper going with the plate into Ice Palace. Sydarial picking up the Hylia key, which is a useless key to Meyer.
Unfortunately. So now that we know.
Frustration, sore air punches, I guess.
Yeah, he's just working out.
Hmm.
So now that we know all the crystals and pendants, I guess we could take stock of what could be on the pedestal.
Yeah, it was a good time any to take a look at that. jkoper working his way over to the Ice Palace bomb jump. So we have a few moments here while Sydarial's going into Pod.
Yep.
We know the locations of 2 big keys and Ganon's Tower big key, so that's out.
Cannot be the Cane of Samaria or the Ice Rod, because those are required for Turtle Palace.
And can't be Ether. That's required to get into Green Pendant.
Cannot be the bow, because that's required to complete Pod. So that leaves, I guess, the boots and the cape, potentially.
Yeah, I could see that.
The book, of course.
I'm always hoping for a book pedestal.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
Yeah, it could be Bombos. Bombos would be required to get into Misery Mire, so that could be.
That's true as well.
Be one of... Sydarial's got some extra keys going back into Pod, so he's finally going to be able to pick up that sword, which is in the harmless Hellway room.
Fighter sword only slightly better than fighting unarmed, but it does cut trees.
Oh, he's so happy. Yeah.
So happy, just slashing like crazy.
Use that sword. Use it proud, Sydarial. And he's going to give us our check into the maze here.
Only 3 hearts. He's got to be careful, but should be fine.
Ooh.
Well, that's not useful.
You get 2 more chests, so. Okay, heart. No, always good. And an arrow upgrade. Nothing.
Well, jkoper not missing much by dying.
But a very important play for Zerial to go back in the Pod to get that sword, finally.
Oh, man. And he opts not to check the... Okay, well, there's Ether.
So Ether, we've got our Turtle Rock entrance there.
Still need a cane to get very far in it, but we can open his mouth now.
Yeah, he can say ah.
Unfortunately, he did not go back into Eastern to get the big chest, which contains the Thieves' Town Big Key, which is bad.
Yeah, so that's gonna leave him in the dark there for a little bit. But he's falling right into Ice Palace.
Who knows, maybe Bo's in here, and then I'll send him right back that way.
And what are those?
They were shaped like feet.
They were red drawings of Italy.
Red draw. Oh my god. So Italy's got a buckle now, just in the middle of it.
Yeah, right in the northern Italy region.
Okay, well, that's good for Sydarial. He's gonna have very little time between jkoper getting those boots and him getting those boots.
Yeah, and as soon as jkoper is out of ice, he's gonna get that big key that's in library, so we can find out maybe perhaps what his next lead is.
Yeah, I think that would be very smart.
I'm guessing that's probably the key to Desert Palace. That seems that would be the most convenient one.
Yep. jkoper making e-work of Cold Stare thanks to that Tempered Sword.
Yeah, not having a problem there. Sydarial is gonna have a little bit of an issue just going in there with Fighter Sword.
Yeah, his best bet might be just to Fire Rod and use that green potion he found.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So yeah, so having just gotten boots, he's gonna check the King's Tomb cave and the Bonk Rocks.
Yeah, that's really nice when you go in there to check the library. Oh.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Okay. So
the two, we know what the two on library and Bunker Cave will be.
The Turtle Rocker Desert Palace.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna contradict you and say that probably the one in the library is gonna be Turtle Rock, and we're gonna find Kane very shortly somewhere.
Yeah, I'm feeling that way too.
Oh.
Well, there's your bow.
There's the bow. So maybe not immediately, but
yeah, he's got 2 dungeons to finish. He can do right now. But he's gonna go back and just grab that library key.
yeah, we will see. This could, if this is the desert key, this could be actually a really fast seed.
Yeah. If it's Turtle Rock, it's a little more laborious. Let's see here.
Oh my!
Desert Palace? Oh boy.
You were right.
All right, so now we get to sort of play. What do they need to? Is he fully in go mode at this point?
He needs Bombos, and I'm going to tell you where Bombos is going to be. It's going to be in Turtle Rock.
Yep.
Gonna pop in here and check the big chest while he's here. Yes, he does need Kane as well. That's a good point. Alright, well, Sydarial's feet are about to be very happy.
Yeah, so I think the only things we're waiting on is Bombos, Medallion, and Kane of Samaria. And he should be all set.
Yeah, I do believe that's about it.
Yeah, so he's going to finish Eastern. He's going to finish Desert right now. And then I imagine back into Pod from Eastern.
Oh yeah, definitely going back there. Definitely makes sense.
Yeah, though at this point with this seed, I wouldn't be surprised to see Kane on one of these two bosses, either Landmolas or Armos Knights.
It's been nice so far, but you never know.
Yeah.
This could be a trap. You lower your guard, like, oh, this is such an easy seed, and then 3 hours, you're done, and
Mm-hmm.
tears rolling down your face.
Just the seed has beaten you.
Children crying in the corner.
It's just the end credits, but like a very sad piano, like minor key version.
Yeah, definitely.
So opting to use the hammer strats
Ooh, the bugnet.
over on Coldstare. Bugnet, all important Bugnet.
Yeah,
For
I mean,
a
you can't...
Strag swag fight, swagging him fight.
Mm-hmm.
Catfish was a key to Turtle Rock, I believe.
I believe you're correct. Sydarial playing this very patiently. It's exactly what you want to do if you're in the cold stare fight with low equipment.
Yeah, green mail, 4 hearts left. You have to be extremely careful. Oh, nails it perfectly. Wonderful timing on that last shot. Great job.
Very well done, yeah. Dying in that fight is super, super easy. Especially with the green mail.
It's the worst boss fight to die in.
Yeah, it takes quite a long time to get back there. And Cold Tear is one of those bosses, like, if you described it to somebody, it wouldn't sound very threatening, but no, this guy, he's a murderer.
He's vicious.
Yeah, he gives really bad hugs.
But if you just hug the north wall, the falling ice won't hurt you.
Yeah, that is a neat trick you can do with. You can do that with blind as well, but it's not as useful there because you actually have to hit blind, who is in the wall.
Yeah, and jkoper doing exactly that. He's going to finish out Eastern Palace, then if he needs to, he's going to go back into Pod to see if any items pay off for him. Which I think at this point is just the vanilla big key chest.
Well, that bow actually is really good for Sydarial because that's going to put in his mind to go back to Eastern, and he has to do that.
Yes, he needs to do that to get that big key to Thieves' Town.
So Sydarial is by no means out of this.
Yeah, at this point it's very easy. It would be easy for jkoper to get trolled by something searching for an item.
Yeah, all it takes is one wild goose chase, and we're right at even, or even Sydarial it takes an advantage. We'll see if that happens.
Yeah, definitely. In Keysanity, it's tough to call a lead until someone's gone into Ganon's tower. At which point, then the lead officially starts. But jkoper has an advantage. I would rather say.
Yeah, he
at this point, given his dungeon cleared count and how close he is to having all items needed.
Yeah, I agree with that. Now, if I recall correctly, Skullwoods ended up being completely useless, so if Sydarial can avoid going there, he can make up some time that way.
There was a sword upgrade, though, I believe.
Yeah, that's right.
So that would be... that he would need that. He's going to need a sword upgrade to do anything to Ganon.
Yeah, that's also true. That Swamp Palace sword, he's probably not going to get at this point.
Yeah, and if he goes back into Swamp, then he's probably feeling behind at that point.
Yeah, that'd be really, really weird.
Just a 5 bomb upgrade from Armos Knights, jkoper with another crystal, putting him in at 6 crystals. So he just needs Misery Mire, but he doesn't have the Bombos medallion just yet.
Nope. Probably not gonna have that go till he goes to Turtle Rock, because the Cane of Samaria is gonna be in pod. I'm calling it.
Yeah, I'm feeling I'm feeling Kana Samaria right on that big key chest.
Can't trick me, game. I'm onto your tricks.
See that chest is just right there. You could look in it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, he's got the right side of pod open. Did we see right side of pod from Sydarial?
No, he
No,
didn't
because
have
he
the
just
bow.
got the bow. So we've got a few chests on that side to check as well. We got 2.
Oh, jkoper, I'm not to spoil anything for you. You're gonna be disappointed here. Alright, Sydarial, getting that TT, big key.
All right, here we go, Koper.
Oh, is he gonna spend his key? I guess he's betting that Helmasaur doesn't have an item. I mean, I guess it's an item either way.
Yeah. He's got this, then he's got the 2 on the right side he can do. But
There it is!
Boom!
What'd I tell you?
Shoutouts to Kane, Big Red Machine.
Shoutouts indeed.
Yeah, so jkoper, not even checking right side, taking the hint and saying, you know what? It's time to go to 4.
That... I'm
puzzled. I don't know if I like not doing the right side of pod while you're there.
Yeah, I agree, because Bombos could definitely be there, and if
Yeah.
Bombos is there, that's a pain in the butt.
Yeah, especially since, you know, you just got Boots out of ice, Boots took you to desert and to the bow. It would be logical to put the next progression blocked by bow on the right side there.
Mm-hmm.
And Sydarial is going straight for the right side.
Well, this will be very interesting.
Yeah. jkoper's going for that dark room chest in the back of Hyrule Escape.
Amanda, you're gonna come here instead of getting those 2 chests in pod.
Yeah.
Down here in the sewer with all the filth and the rats.
Yeah, that's pretty par for the course for Escape. Just a big 20. I think he's gonna roll an Escape, and more than likely he's going to, he's gonna take that chance with the 2 chests there.
Yeah. And I wasn't like faulting his strategy or anything there. I was just trying to be a funny guy.
Oh, all right. Right side of pod was nothing. It's just a bottle and piece of heart. So, jkoper somehow made a right play there.
Yep. Hopefully he doesn't end up going back for that.
Yeah, he may though. We'll wait and see on that. He's got the cane, so I would imagine Turtle Rock is his next look after looking in the maze here of Aghanim's Tower.
Yeah, I think that would make the most sense at this point. Sydarial buying some drinks. It's important to stay hydrated.
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. The blue Gatorade's the best one.
Oh yeah, it's definitely got a nice flavor to it.
Mm. Ooh, so I'll warping over to Mire area. Gonna probably work out desert.
Yep, and it's really good that jkoper came here because there was a Turtle Rock smell down here.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, sydarial, not that far behind jkoper. I feel like it's going to be really hard for him to skip Skullwoods, though, considering Thieves Town's probably his next destination.
Yeah, and also good thing to know. I believe jkoper didn't check the Skullwood's big key or big chest. So that's
Ooh.
something that sydarial will be able to easily route in. jkoper's going to go up to Death Mountain and Turtle Rock.
Wouldn't it be funny if that's another sword?
Yeah, that would actually be wonderful for sydarial.
Yeah.
Yeah, because while jkoper is going up into Turtle Rock and then doing most of the chests in there, sydarial is going to be doing Land Molus, and then he's definitely going to be going to do Blind and most likely Mothula.
Yeah, and I mean, killing Mothula will give him the blue mail, so that's not like the worst thing in the world.
No, yeah, it's going to give him another point in his defense category. He's got 15 hearts, and he'll get blue mail out of it if he does the Mothula fight.
jkoper getting dead rocked.
Oof.
Fun enemy.
Good to know Spike Cave is not in Logic yet. We don't have Cane of Burna or Magic Cape just yet.
So let's see here. Shield upgrade and Turtle Rock, leading to an invincibility item on a Blazer Bridge, leading to something in Spike Cave.
That's not bad. Yeah, I could see that.
Answering a question in chat, does the logic account for potions? The potion is only required if you only have the cape by that point. You don't actually need a potion for the Cane of Burna.
Will the game specifically drop a green bottled potion in the event that it places something in Spike Cave and requires cape, or is that kind of eh?
I assume not, because you can get rupees just by farming various locations.
Fair. So just a bottle is probably how it's written.
Yeah, most likely. Well,
whoop. there's our invincibility item.
Yeah, not quite the trick that I was describing, but there it is.
Like zero fanfare.
It wasn't a cape of spikes, let's be fair.
That's true, we didn't say which one.
Oh boy.
And 2 chests early on, just big heart and part piece for jkoper.
Big heart and little heart. Dale Earnhardt and Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Shout out to that Bud car that he drove for a long time.
Oh, that's useful.
Small Kid Ice Palace. Alright, Sydarial picking up his Ganon's Tower big key.
You'll get another small key to pod here, I believe, as well. Though I sincerely doubt he wants to go in there again.
Right, yeah. Now, jkoper only walked in with 3 Turtle Rock keys, so he's going to have to steal this key that he's going to force off of this Pokey to advance to the... at least get to Laser Bridge. He's probably going to... he's going to check the vanilla big key chest in here, or maybe just try to get some health off of these.
I think you would only need the last key if you're planning to fight Trinex, and he does not have Ice Rod quite yet.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so using it here, he's not going to be able to get the Trinex.
Oh.
And smartly using that backdoor out of that room to get a heart, rather get the full pot of magic. He's running low there.
Yeah, I mean, on the off chance that he gets hit by an anti-fairy and while he's making his way to the laser bridge, that'll make sure that he doesn't actually run out of magic and can use his K and Sumaria. Magic's just nice to have in general.
Yeah, definitely. Especially in Turtle Rock, it's very important. Sydarial picked up his 5th crystal there, beating Blind for it.
Very nice. He's actually...
Or rather, 6th, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so we're nice and tied up here. He's gonna come up here to Skullwoods, get his sword and his clothes, and...
Yeah, as jkoper's closing in on the back end of... He's gonna take a look at Mimic Cave and then move on to the second half of Turtle Rock. He's going to be able to make that check on the big chest of Skull Woods, so let's see if that ends up being anything important.
That'd be very interesting if it was.
Yeah, it'd be very, very big in his favor if it does.
Ice Rod would be hilarious. I would laugh so hard.
But we did get Bombo's Medallion in Mimic Cave.
Oh, is that what's in the game?
That's what that was. Oh boy. Alright, well.
So
that puts jkoper in go mode.
Does that count as being in Turtle Rock?
Technically it's not in Turtle Rock. Because it's in the light world.
Yeah, I guess. But you have to go through Turtle Rock to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna count that in my favor. I called it technically right.
Absolutely, you do need Kane to get to it. Awesome, Sydarial is going down to get that chest in Skullwood, so he's gonna get Master Sword at 1 hour 38 minutes.
That's still pretty good. I've had seeds where I haven't actually gotten a sword until this time.
Oh man.
So that does give jkoper a pretty sizable advantage right now.
Yeah, absolutely. He's gonna just beeline straight for Vitreous and get his last crystal.
Yeah, he's not gonna have any trouble with that with silver arrows.
Yeah, so at this rate, he should be able to finish under 2 hours, which is a pretty good time for Keysanity.
Yeah, that's actually a really good time for Keysanity. Looks like Sydarial's opting Preserver's Magic, so for the Mothula fight. Using the lamp to light the torches. I mean, he's got 3 blue potions, so he could just fire that all day, every day, if he wanted to, but... Rupees don't grow on trees.
They grow on old men and Moldorm.
Well, I mean, I say that, but sometimes you do get rupees from pulling trees, so...
That's true.
Question everything.
Yeah, sydarial going for Master Sword and Fire Out strats there. Again, gets it. Well done.
Yeah, really well done. It's a nice blue close for his blue pendant.
Turned into a Smurf.
We're like a Nega Smurf, where the clothes are blue and
and he's just white. Man, two shots to the eye. jkoper taking down Vidrus, no problem whatsoever. So
one more arrow.
He's officially on the way to Ganon's tower.
Yes, he is. One more arrow than my eye could take, so still a very formidable enemy, Vitreous. I'd make a joke about the Ganon's Tower Big Key Chest game, but I'm sure that's been done to death, so...
Hey, there's 22 chests.
Guess which ones we won't be checking.
There are 216 chests in Link to the Past Keysanity. I lost track.
Yeah. And jkoper has like no reason to check any chests up here. He's got Tempered Sword, he's got Blue Mail. He just ran to go.
Yeah, he's all set. So yeah, he's definitely barring any catastrophic failures or game crashing or technological issues. He's got
please.
This one. Yeah, no, I mean I don't want to. I hope that doesn't happen.
I should seriously hope that doesn't happen, because that happened the last race I commentated, and I was really sad about that.
Yeah, happened to me. It's not fun.
Yeah, you never want to see that. I'm gonna check Castle Tower. I mean, this is fine. I mean, you don't want to have to come back before you go into pod for like the 4th time, something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's a smart check for him as well. This is all for the opening for him. He's got the 2 keys for it, so it gets in your mind there about it.
Yeah, and how often do you get like want to check Aga Tower for something? Like you got to make the most of your opportunities.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't check them all, but you got to check some of them. You never know.
What if you never play Keysanity after this? You're not gonna want to go through Aga Tower not knowing the mystery and joy of finding a required item in there.
Oh yeah. And as jkoper's working his way through the gauntlet of Ganon's Tower, just another big shout out to both these runners. 1-1 records in this round of Keysanity Swiss Round 3. Give them both a follow. They've both done amazing. jkoper doing great, excellent routing and paying off for him. And sydarial doing a wonderful bang-up job with very minimal offense throughout most of this race. So give them both your support and follow. They both put on an excellent show for you today.
Totes agree. They actually had a very even race. jkoper's routing just paid off more, but sydarial doing a really good job keeping up despite that.
Absolutely. That's what it comes down to a lot in Keysanity. There's a lot of skill involved, but there's also tons of luck.
Yeah, and if some of those early gambles he made, he found a required item there, he could be really far ahead in a different seed.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, well, he's gonna go back into the swamp and get his other sword.
That's going to be good for him for the rest of his race here. Another big shout out to Epic Ranger for doing the tracking, doing a great job keeping up with all of the information that's come at us from both these runners. And another shout out to Zelnis for restreaming this for us.
I've done an amazing job throughout this tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sadly, Ganon's Tower is one of the more non-changing things in Keysanity. It's hard to find things to talk about.
Yeah.
Shredded disasters.
So jkoper is going to move up to 2-1, which still puts him firmly in the race for the last couple of positions that will advance to the bracket stage once the Swiss round's over. There should be about a few people that get 5-0 records. They will obviously advance, and then there'll be like a big cluster of 4-1s that get to face off against each other in like one big race to see who advances. Which
Oh my god.
should be like wonderful.
Doubt they'll be able to stream every runner in that race, but
Yeah, I imagine they'll probably do like a quad, just have 4 people, and we'll see.
yeah, most likely. If they decide to stream that at all, of course.
Yeah, that's true.
Why wouldn't you? Tiebreakers are the most fun.
Yeah, be curious. Yeah, I'm very interested to see what they do with that.
Here we are on Moldorm 2 already. GT is actually really, really fast feeling when you don't have to check all those chests on the left and right side.
Yeah, he's got more than enough safeties.
Oh, the fake out! He faked us out!
Come on, Jay. Sydarial dipping back into pod here. Gonna get his cane from the big key chest.
Yeah, he's probably sick of this place right now.
Yeah.
And in theory, he could have gotten that cane right away the first time he's here.
Yeah, that's true. That is. I brought up that chest. Just sometimes, it comes to what you check.
Yeah,
jkoper was a wonderful triple there at the end.
Yeah, that was
put
really
down
sweet.
too. But yeah, this pod specifically, just because there's so many routes that you could take with a certain number of keys that should you choose the correct one early on, you have such an advantage.
Yeah, I think he made the smart numbers play going for the more chests rather than just this one, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I can't fault either runner for going for the numbers over that one kind of key chest there.
Yeah, I mean, it would have paid off this time, but randomized stuff's usually you want to play to the consistent play, which would be the higher percentage. Well, jkoper is giving Gan the business. Got a really nice position here.
Yeah, he's making quick work of him going into phase 2. And on to the round 3.
Well, if Ganon keeps teleporting forever, Sydarial might have a chance here.
That's true. Ganon can control you with his warps.
Okay, well, jkoper gets through it. He doesn't even give him a chance.
Not even moving.
Fire bat. No, you're not doing anything.
Oh, 2 doubles. jkoper has finished in first place with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 50 minutes, and 13 seconds. GG.
GG to him.
And Sydarial opening up Turtle Rock. Going to be working his way through there. And he'll eventually end up out in Mimic Cave to get that Bombos tablet, or medallion.
I would say he's probably 10 minutes max behind jkoper.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're gonna get jkoper in here for you guys. That's just for a moment.
Yeah, just reflecting on this race for a moment, just trying to figure out the point at which it sort of all tipped into jkoper's favor. They were definitely neck and neck for a majority of this race.
Yeah, I feel like one thing that really paid off for him was just his routing, because that was... He probably saved a lot of time that sydarial lost checking some of the locations that he checked, but in a better order.
Yeah, that's very true.
And that early Death Mountain play paid off for him really, really well, too.
Yeah, yep. And the sword differential was huge for jkoper.
It was, but sydarial did a really good job making it not look like it was that big of a deal.
Yeah, absolutely. He kept up with him, which is great. Just a testament to his abilities as a player.
jkoper, hello, sir. GG, congrats on your win.
Thank you. Yeah, I didn't know how close it was at all.
Well, I would say it was pretty close for a while. Sydarial's going through Turtle Rock right now, so they're probably maybe 8-10 minutes max behind you.
Yeah, I pulled up the restream to see where he was just now. There was if you watched, I didn't take the normal route through Turtle Rock at the end there because I was preparing to go to Spike Cave because of the Cane of Birna showing up. But then I realized I better check Mimic Cave while I'm here, and yeah, that was a good decision, I guess.
That was definitely a good decision because it ended up having exactly what you needed.
Yeah. I think the only thing that I forgot really was the Skullwood's big chest. I wish I would have checked that before I went up to Turtle Rock, just in case it was the cape. Because I didn't know if I was going to need the big key or not. But did he check that?
He did, and as far as I remember, it was nothing useful.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, all that's really left that would be helpful would be like quarter magic or not a quarter magic, half magic or the gold sword, but yeah, but other than Pod, I'm pretty happy with just about everything here.
Yeah, it was a pretty... Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, what I should have done in Pod is when I was struggling with the life and magic, I should have used my green potion and then tried to powder another anti-fairy. And then gone for it again. I mean, but obviously Pod was a good place to be, but I wasn't in the right place. The nice thing, if I would have had more health and had another try at the hammer jump, then saving the key would have let me use it in the front, and then I would have got the cane right away. So that would have been helpful. But I mean, I had to go back to that area anyway, so it wasn't a huge deal, I guess.
Yeah, and of course the Dark Maze not paying out in any particular way.
I don't even remember what was in there. I think there was a heart in the big chest, maybe.
I think it was an arrow upgrade in the big chest, a heart container in the Dark Maze, and then
Oh, okay.
a Skullwood small key, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, I don't know. I wonder if this was a pod softlock seed if you didn't use that key on the one spot and went to the boss instead. I don't know where the last key was for pod.
Yeah.
I don't believe we've seen it either.
Yeah, we haven't seen it, so I would imagine it's probably on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense if it were there.
I mean, it could be there. It could be in GT potentially if that's. I mean, because
Yeah.
like pod is completely not useful other than the cane there. So all you have to do is be able to get to the cane.
Yeah, that's true. So it could definitely be in GTA.
Right. Given the flaw in the logic that allows you to soft lock
Yeah.
there. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. Like the beginning of this was pretty fun. I wish I would have gotten a mirror earlier, but I liked that at least going to Zora right away paid off. Oh, 151. I can't believe I got 151 in the Keysanity seed.
Yeah, that's tremendous. But yeah, talking about that early part of the race, getting Dark World access in under 5 minutes.
Right.
You did not hesitate. You just went straight there.
Yeah, I was just going for where the most chests would be the quickest. So I just figured let's do this. Let's get this stuff out of the way, get the front of these dungeons done, and then we can worry about the other stuff later. The race game and whatever.
Yeah, the race game had the Swamp small key. Swamp Palace was available really, really early if you got that. So
yeah, and I didn't have the flippers very early either. I don't remember where they turned up.
They were in Eastern Palace.
Okay, yeah. So by logic, then the Eastern double dip was required because the flippers were in Eastern and the boots were in Ice Palace, and then the bow was boots blocked. But I don't know if it was required if you would do fake flippers into ice. Since we had the hammer and the gloves, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that it was required to double dip if you had done fake flippers in the ice. So,
yeah,
to double dip to Eastern, that is.
Sydarial got those flippers pretty early because they ended up dying in a mini Moldorm cave, and then just said, "Well, I'm just gonna go to Eastern."
Huh. Yeah. Yeah, this seed gave you a lot of options right away, especially if you were okay with not having that that lamp right away.
Yeah, it was actually very fun to watch because the two of you took drastically different routes in your early game. You opting to go Dark World and then sequence breaking into Death Mountain. Sydarial went for more of a traditional route, doing the south Hyrule, south coast into eastern, and then working his way through swamp once he was able to.
Yeah, he had a Swamp Palace access for quite a little while before he actually went in there. Your routing, I think, was what gave you the win here because you checked a lot of the locations that Sydarial checked, but you checked them in a more efficient manner.
Okay.
Yeah, because he ended up checking some one-offs early. Maybe I'll have to ask him, but maybe he felt like he had to take gambles, perhaps thinking that you were the better runner overall. But I don't know. I'm just speculating. He is in GT now, as we speak. Do you have any questions you wanted to ask Tim?
So you're moving up to 2-1 in the tournament. How are you feeling about the next round and sort of the wider pool of potential people you might be facing?
I mean, I already got ACMLM at 1-0, so I feel like that's probably my bad luck draw of the tournament. But you know, you never know what's going to happen with these things. So,
Yeah, definitely. It's 200 plus people in the tournament, so there's a lot of talent at all levels of record.
yeah, just a second here. Yeah, Sydarial was in the Zelda 1 Randomizer tournament. What did he do there? Oh, he was 3-2. Is he still in it? That'd be funny if he outlasted me.
Getting the Silver Arrow strats and Landmola too. Makes quick work of them.
Sydarial lost in the first round of the brackets. And then lost in the second round, or in the first loser's bracket. Okay. Did anything else interesting happen in this race at all, or?
The only other big thing was the fact that you were running at tempered for a while, and Sydarial didn't have his first sword for quite a while.
Yeah, he ended up declaring Swamp Palace pretty early, but without the big key. So.
Oh yeah, that's where I got my master sword.
Yeah, and the early pod dip that he made, I believe there's a sword in there as well, but he did not check the chest with it.
Yeah, his first pod play came at 2 keys, so he was only able to get just into the back area, not into the Harmless Hellway to get that sword.
Oh.
He did go back for the Swamp Palace sword, though,
Yeah.
while looking for bombos.
Interesting.
And he just takes down Muldorm too. We'll see if we can see it's in the chest. I saw you fake us out.
Yeah, it's in Keysanity, it's so much less of a Good deal. Ooh, a mushroom.
Mushroom.
That's a.
You
Now
missed
that's
out.
fun.
Yeah.
We'll never know where that fetch quest led us.
I don't. Maybe he'll turn it in and go
Yeah,
for
it's
the
true.
gold sword.
That would be something if there was a sword upgrade behind a mushroom.
Oh, going for the bug net strats. Boy.
But in Keysanity, it's so much less of a good deal for you to check any extra chests because of so many key text boxes for any key or map or compass or whatever.
Mhm.
So it's just much more time consuming.
Yeah, that's a good point as well.
Man, my Agenra 2 fight was amazing.
Oh yeah, you got that really
Yeah.
sweet triple.
It really couldn't have been much faster. Like I in theory I could have got a double on the first or on the second phase, but it wouldn't have sped up the fight any. So, but I didn't kill him with the bug net, so you know,
Yeah.
I guess he wins.
Who's the real winner here?
Yeah.
Because that's how we're doing this tournament, right? We hold up like point signs at the end of the run, and whoever gets the most points win.
Yeah, it's a swag tournament.
Yeah, just like the Olympics, man. Okay, well, he is on Ganon now. Probably gonna make this a nice and easy fight. Got his Tippered Sword, all those goodies. 3 blue potions that I don't think he's used.
Oh wow. Where'd he get the third bottle?
I cannot remember. Bottles are just one of those things. After the first one, you kind of stop paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, right side of pod.
Yeah, he did check that while he was there. What? That reminds me. Why did you actually leave all that stuff there?
I skipped it, didn't I?
You did skip it right after you got Kane. You're like, I'm out of here.
Yep. That was kind of a mistake. Okay. Yep. There we go. I wasn't thinking about the fact that I was coming back with the bow. Yeah, that was foolish. Okay, that could have lost me for the race for sure.
Bombos was over there. That would have been really bad.
Yeah.
Okay, well, there
And
goes.
it would have
Ganon.
taken me a while to remember that.
And Sydarial finishing up with a SRL time of 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 28 seconds.
This was a really good race, even though there's a bit of a difference between the finish times. So this is actually pretty close for a lot of the run. So we'll see if we can get him in here. You guys can chat. Oh, that's unfortunate. Zero saying not today. Okay, well. Yep, so GG to both of you. Sydarial sadly not joining us, but I wish you the best of luck with your next match. Hopefully you get a nice and easy coast to the brackets.
Yeah. I don't think such a thing is possible, but I appreciate your sentiments. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have anything to add, Tim?
No, same. Great race from jkoper. Great race from Sydarial. It was wonderful. It was a blast to watch. So, if you watching enjoyed this, give them both a follow and your support in the rest of this tournament.
Absolutely. Thank you to our tracker as well, Epic Ranger. and our restreamer Zelnus. Thank you to Tim Lobo for commentating with me. I mean, you signed up for this. I kind of jumped in last minute, but
Well, thank you for hopping on last minute.
no problem.
It was a blast to call this one with you.
I feel the exact same way. It was a lot of fun. And the magic shop sums it all up. Keys, keys, keys. It's the story of the day. But I think that does it for us. Don't believe there's any other races coming up tonight. It's quite late.
Yeah, I think there's one race going on right now over on Speed Gaming between Maria-chan and CRS Reverb. That one's about an hour or so in right now. But tomorrow is Friday with a ton of matches at night. So starting at 5 all the way up until midnight Eastern Time, you have Keysanity on Speed Gaming, Link to the Past Randomizer, and everywhere. So a lot of big names racing tomorrow night, so that's going to be very exciting to watch. So if you don't check the schedule, follow us on the Discord, get involved if you're interested at all in Keysanity and Randomizer and Link to the Past. Join the community, it's a great time.
Yep, and if you can't get to sleep, go watch that race. Probably not done yet. Probably got another hour or so. Definitely check that out.
Yeah, absolutely. And a big good luck to Epic Ranger who is racing tomorrow. He's tracking and he's racing tomorrow. So check him out tomorrow at 8 o'clock and give him your support.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for talking with us, jkoper.
All right, thanks. Have a good night, everyone.
You too.